So we've arrived at Tobermory. We've just checked in at the harbour's office and now going to explore, see if we can find somewhere to get a nice hot drink or something to eat so we can bag the island. Lovely weather. Okay, we're in a nice little cafe on shore. Oh no! We've managed to get a nice cup of tea, a nice cheese scone. Alan's got a flapjack, and we're going to bag our island. Can't wait to explore.
So we've just been ashore at Tobermory, and we're having a wander up and down just to see where the cafes and you know, the stores are and the restaurants. And we found this lovely little, it looked like a sort of Londis or, you know, a spa, but it actually only sold really fantastic homemade local Tobermory produce and things like smoked salmon and smoked trout and all these amazing local meats. And one of the things we found was this fantastic looking Scotch egg, homemade on the premises, and it's got Scotch egg with black pudding. So if you're a black pudding fan, this is the Scotch egg for you. If you're not, then leave it to me. I'll do my best to eat it. Really looking forward to it, and we're going to have a proper explore of Tobermory tomorrow.
When he sat down, he actually made a moo-ha-ha-ha laughing sound and said, "And now I'm going to eat it and nobody can stop me." He can't speak because he's got a mouthful of Scotch egg. Good morning. We had a message from our daughter this morning saying she's coming to visit us. Her and her boyfriend are coming to stay on board for a couple of weeks. They were in some of our videos last season, so we're having Lily, our youngest daughter, and her boyfriend Adam. So we thought it was about time we checked our life jackets. The R&L, I recommend you check them every season and make sure that they're still good. We got these ones out, and you can see on this one here that there's lots of blistering. So this one's probably not very good anymore. So actually we are going to get rid of it for that reason. But you have to check other things as well. So not only the condition of the actual bladder part itself, but you have to open them up. And then on the inside is the gas canisters that go off when you fall in the water and automatically inflate the jacket. So you need to make sure that the canister's in good condition. This one's not too bad, but you unscrew them, and on each canister there is a date for you to check. So this one's really old, it's been in storage a while, so this one says 2004. That went out of date, so that's now no good, even though the canister's in good condition. If it's all corroded, it's also no good either. You have to get rid of it. So another reason to ditch that. Then you've got two green things to check. You should have one there and one there. If either of those is missing, it needs a rearming kit. And this black bit also comes off. And this is the firing mechanism, but the firing mechanism itself has got a date on it, and this particular date is out of date, so this one's no good either. So that one went out on the 3rd month, so March 2020. So this whole life jacket would not be a particularly safe jacket to have. It has had some corrosion in the past from some of the canisters, which has damaged the inner bladder as well. So no good, has to go in the bin.
So we thought, since we're throwing this life jacket away anyway, Tish would volunteer to be a crash test dummy and
about volunteering
and see how they work. So she's not going to jump in the water, which I thought was a bit chickeny. But anyway, she's going to just pull the ripcord and see if it still works.
Oh God!
Down to you.
I'm really nervous.
Go for it. Look at that. That's pretty good, isn't it? Well, this isn't a sight you see every day. This is our international YouTubing star pumping up a tender while she's saying it, which is, you know, it's a first. I've never seen this done before. Oh, double action.
So we've come ashore to explore a bit more around Tobermory. We've had a little walk through the town this morning and went into the Chandlers and got some rearming kits for our life jackets so that Lily and Adam are going to be alright with those when they arrive in about 10 days. Got very hungry, so as one does, we stopped at, this is McCoggan's sort of restaurant stroke pub. We've got a very nice meal. I've had a nice meat feast pizza, not at all like me, I'm normally a vegetarian kind of girl, but I was starving. And Alan's had quite a hefty looking burger there, which he says is very nice with mushroom sauce. So, cheers.
We're in Tobermory, and just looking at this amazing cloud that's descended onto the, I think it's called Calder Island, just opposite. Beautiful looking cloud, obscuring some of the island now. As we pan round, there you go, making its way up the sound. Really cool cloud. Tisha bought us this chart for Christmas, which is the Scottish Island Bagging Collect and Scratch chart, which sounds a bit tongue-in-cheek, and it was in some respects, but now that I know that there are 170 islands, I kind of want to bag them all, because I just get really competitive. So the ones we've bagged so far are Bute and Arran, because if you remember, we started off in Greenock, and then we've sailed down here and into Loch Ranza, and then up to Portavadi, and then up here, and then through the Crinan, and then we've been sailing around there. So the ones we've bagged since Bute and Arran are, where are we? Can't find it. Carrera. So let's just get that one. There we go.
Yeah, we walked around the whole island, didn't we?
We did. Didn't hurt at all.
No.
He lied.
Still haven't recovered. Bought lots of blister plasters, some insoles.
And then Mull, that's where we are now. And there was a third one.
Gear.
Gear, there we are. Which was beautiful.
My favourite spot, I think, so far.
So there's now, we're up to 5 of the 170. We also
still plenty to go, I'd say, Smith.
We also thought that we could probably bag sail, because we did go there and have a hot drink.
So we're going to count it.
So we're going to count that one. So there we are. Excellent. So we're getting there.
Just a few more to go.
Just of the 170, we can just put 6.
Yeah, 6. We're working on it. It's a work in progress, a whip.
We've been to Devar, but we didn't really walk on it, and we certainly didn't have a drink on it. Oh, it's Devar there. And there's there's little Cumbraes we sailed past, but we didn't have a drink on them. So there's lots of ones we could have picked off, but the weather wasn't quite with us.
Really go ashore, did we?
Okay, there we are.
All our islands that we have bagged.
Yeah, plenty more to go at. We've had the full range of weather today. It's just stopped raining, and now we've got a really lovely early evening. Well, it's not that early actually, it's about 9:30, but it's Scotland, so it stays pretty light till pretty late. It's also amazingly still.
So we decided to go on a walk from Tobermory this morning, and we followed a wooded track that brought us up by the side of the marina to this lovely sort of little bridge and pool, and then it drops away down through this waterfall all the way down to the lovely blue of the sea. It's like a proper fairy glen. Another waterfall, only this waterfall is where the galleons of old came in after passages and were joyed to be able to fill it up with water. This is apparently their big watering hole. Apparently there's a famous galleon that sank out in Tobermory Bay, filled with gold and yet to be found.
This is a very pretty little fairy glade perhaps. Lovely waterfall. And I guess the river's coming down from, there is a reservoir at the top, but absolutely beautiful woodland, covered in moss, beautiful greens, not unlike the Peak District, but more exciting because it's away. There is another reason why these waterfalls are a bit more exciting than the Peak District ones, and that's because they just are. Look at the size of this. Isn't that beautiful? This must be coming up from, there's a lock, a landlocked lock on the top of the island, and I guess this is flowing down from there. Fantastic sound, beautiful fresh water. So here's Tish, going back to her childhood. I wanted to video getting on it, but she wouldn't let me. No. Do you want to push? No. Skillfully dismounted.
Well, we've come ashore this morning, fully expecting to have a nice walk, about 15-20 minute walk around the coastline to the Tobermory smokery. When we get ashore, even better, Tobermory smokery is here in a market. The market comes every Monday between 11 and 1, and sadly we have, relieved them of some nice Kintyre smoked kippers. We've bought a couple of bits of salmon. We've got an Italian crust farmed here and smoked here, and we also have bought the maple syrup one. That isn't our only haul. We've also got a nice big bag of mussels. I think my Auntie Sue would be very jealous of me right now. I am so excited about eating all this food, and now we're going to explore the other stalls. So we're spending all our money. We're now at the Glenbourne Castle UK market stall, and they've got lots of sort of sausage rolls and pies and quiches. Got huge dinner pies over there, venison pies, and lots of sort of burgers. Alan's in the queue. We already have a bag full, but there's always room for more. Well, while Alan's nipped out to the loo, I have spoiled us by buying 4 bits of tiffin from this stand. Oh, we're going to have it with a cup of tea, can't we?
We're having a really lazy start to the day today. We didn't get up till about 9:15, something like that. And our plan was to go ashore and visit the local smokery, because we love smoked fish and mussels and trout and things like that. Literally got to the end of the pontoon, so we got ashore, got to the end of the pontoon, and there's a local produce market, which is, it's like we've died and gone to heaven. So we didn't get beyond about 20 steps from the boat before we had to come back way down with venison and mussels and smoked fish and these delicious bad boys, which are, we looked at them before, they're black pudding laced Scotch eggs, which are just delicious. So we've done no exercise. We've been up since 9. It's now lunchtime, and all we've done is drink tea and a bit of exhausting shopping, but apart from that, we've done nothing.
I like this lifestyle, I don't know about you. So when we got up this morning, we tried to slip our mooring in Tobermory, but as we let go, which is always typical, and we tried to set off, Alan put the boat into forward gear, and we didn't have any forward propulsion, so we were sort of gently drifting. We couldn't get it to go in gear for some strange reason. We didn't know what was going on, so we radioed the harbour, and they sent out a little rib who just popped us back onto a mooring. So having investigated the problem, we discovered that we had snapped our control cable. Luckily we had a replacement, so we replaced that evening, and managed to sort of get ourselves back in a place where we can set off again. So thankfully not too bad. Everything was avoided quite nicely. No incidents really, apart from the fact that it was a bit of a surprise that we didn't have any propulsion when we really needed it. But thankfully all fixed now.
Well, I'm just going to talk because I'm very excited. I apologise to everyone who's at work because this is just plain showing off, but we're just about to tuck into some fresh market bought mussels with another loaf fresh baguette, and we've just done our first test run of our repaired throttle cable, and everything worked perfectly. So now Tish is celebrating with a glass of wine,
Certainly am.
and I'm going to just
I'm going to
tuck into these. Uh-oh, no server.
There we go.
Oh, look at that.
I'm hiding
Delicious. Okay, go.
it.
I can't take it. Woken up this morning to quite a bit of rain. Actually, it rained all night last night. And that waterfall that we saw on our walk a couple of days ago is now a bit more dramatic. You can see why the galleons used to come alongside and fill up. Makes you wonder how much a water, how much a galleon could hold in water when they were out on long trips. Well, that's amazing. It's an indication of how much it's rained in the last 24 hours.
It's a rainy, miserly, wet day today in Tobermory. In fact, what do we do on those days? Well, Alan is on the deck filling the generator with petrol because we're on a mooring buoy, so that we can have power inside to entertain ourselves and maybe some heating, because we're getting a little chilly just sitting. He's in his slippers though, it's the only way to go. New waterproof wet shoes, or just slippers. Right, we have been shutting this boat all day, haven't we, Smith?
No, we've been busy on shore. Okay, yeah, we've been shutting the boat all day.
Yeah, pouring with rain. And the rain has finally stopped. So we've come outside, if nothing else, to get fresh air. But as we've come outside, we have noticed lots and lots of jellyfish. They're all around the boat. Absolutely fascinating. There's so many. And they're so big. You can just see them beneath the surface as I walk along the deck. I think Alan's going to try and do something fancy. We'll see how that goes.